Well, new research is linking birth defects to certain prescription drugs. Of course, drug companies aren't advertising these issues. But here to give us some of the details is Terry Crouppen from Brown & Crouppen. This is not an easy subject to talk about, but it's an important one.
Vital.
Well, and I know that we've had a lot of fun discussions with you in the past, but this is something that I know that you guys have specialized in, and it takes a lot of experience and a lot of research.
Well, you know, when you say it's not fun, it isn't fun, but it's important because if we can maybe help one child and one family avoid these lifetime of tragedies, it's the best segment we'll ever do on the show.
So let's talk about some of the research that's come out and some of the drugs that are involved.
Right, and let me explain that, first of all, I'm not a scientist. We just work with, we build upon the research of brilliant people who spend their lives.
Can I just mention, too, that one of the things that you've done in your practice, in your group, has been to collect a group of experts in different types of the sciences and the disciplines.
When these cases ultimately resolve, it's after a great deal of scientific evidence is argued, presented, and discussed, and considered by a jury. But let me tell you, this is mainly about antidepressants, Wellbutrin, Zoloft, Lexapro, Paxil, Prozac, women taking them during pregnancy, and the consequences that at least science has linked to serious birth defects, often heart, defects of the heart, and also sometimes spinal bifida, what were some others? Just malformation, cleft palates. So, I mean, it's a discussion that has to take place when a woman knows she's pregnant and is taking any of the antidepressants, which are widely prescribed. Wellbutrin is also prescribed as an anti-smoking. So you may not even link the two, but it's sold, I believe, under the name Zyban. And so you need to be very careful. And then there are some drugs that are used for seizure medication, for bipolar, and for migraine headaches. And two of those are Topamax and Depakote. So we have this wide range, mainly antidepressants, but also for these other conditions that are being prescribed, and doctors have linked them to serious heart defects.
What about
others? You know, I always tell the people, if your child is born with any sort of serious problem, it's something to think about, and maybe consult with an attorney or certainly your doctors about.
Well, sometimes the symptoms or the problems don't pop up immediately at birth, and it may be down the road a little bit. So that's something that the parent should consider as well, that if some kind of a defect or a problem arises down the road, don't discount what may have occurred during that pregnancy, right?
That's absolutely true. A few years ago, I had a medical problem where they found I had a hole in my heart, and I was in my late 50s before I ever discovered it.
Really?
Now, I'm not sure that there would still be a case that many years, but many of these things are not apparent, as you wisely point out, from day one.
Okay, so keep that in mind down the road.
Yeah, remember, again, I can't say it enough. Wellbutrin, Lexapro, Zoloft, any of the antidepressants are the ones that have been linked to many of these problems, and many women are prescribed this.
Well, and here's an attorney who's telling you he's not promoting that and then picking up on the business afterwards. He's telling you beforehand, talk to your doctor so you're not in that situation to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, I have a law firm. We work on tragedies after they happen. I'd much rather the tragedies never happen. There's plenty of tragedies, you know, so any that we can avoid from the get-go, because when you see these families and when you see these situations that didn't have to happen, you know, if a woman has a discussion, a frank discussion with her doctor, and makes sure he looks at the research and then makes a judgment, because there are options that aren't linked to any of these problems. Please go out there and protect your unborn child.
All right, Terry Crouppen, thanks.
Hey.
That's good advice. Appreciate you being here and sharing that with us. If you have a legal question for Brown & Crouppen, email us at greatday@cam.